Hey friends, I just thought I'd take a quick minute to tell a couple of stories related to the pictures I showed. Some folks asked if I had any stories, and I'll just tell a couple right quick. Honestly, I wish I had pictures for all the people that I've met. Many more people I've met and hung out with I don't have pictures for. Some of the best stories I have no pictures to show. But someone asked about Chris and Cozy, members of Throbbing Gristle. Just right quick, I'll tell that. I went to see them in about 1986. I live in Omaha, Nebraska. Kansas City, Kansas is about a 3.5, 3 hour drive. So myself and some friends, we dropped acid and we went down to the show. Very excited to finally see Chris and Cozy. We were all very, very big fans of industrial music at the time, and the show was awesome. Um, there was a lot of visuals, almost all of it pornographic. And so it was a highly charged show. And then I'm tripping. I can't speak for my friends, but all my senses are tingling. And there's all this porno and, you know, probably about three-fourths through the show. Look over on the dance floor and there's this couple dry humping on the floor. I mean, they still had their pants on, but man, they were going at it. And hardly anyone batted an eye. It was so intense. And so afterwards, it was no problem to go backstage, and Chris and Cozy were really happy to meet people. I had copies of my first Dereck EP, the one with the finger. If you look at my discography, that's my first solo single. And I had copies. I wanted to give it to him. And so I was able to do that. What was cool, and even though I was high as hell, I remember this. And look at the picture, you can see that, I'm getting along. Cozy was very, very flirtatious and very sexy, very sexy. You know what I'm saying? And I really didn't think too much about the fact that I was eating a banana, but she really noticed the banana. You know what I'm saying? And she let me know she was up for anything. If I had some time, let's go find a spot somewhere. And I was just, and I just want you to have this record, and I can't believe I'm talking to you, much less think about going and laying down with you. You know what I'm saying? Chris was also very cool. He was actually very interested in my record and the process of how I made it. Consequently, he and I got along great, and I asked him to show me his setup. And what a revelation, because his setup was homemade. He had built this sampling unit. It's in briefcases, suitcases. I had never really seen anything like it up to that point. So that's one story. They were really nice, really nice. Someone asked about Mike Watt. Don't really have much of a story except that, I got to hang out with him after his solo, one of his bands, I forget the name of the band, played at the Waiting Room about a couple years ago, and he was as gracious as everyone says he is. Let him know I was a bass player and that I was originally inspired by Jack Bruce. And as soon as I said Jack Bruce, it was on. You know what I'm saying? And you can see in the picture, it was like I had met a lost brother, and we hung. I don't know how long I hung out. Talked forever, and he just wanted to keep talking. So Mike Watt was like an instant friend. Someone asked about Modern English. Back right before Melt With You became a monster hit, Modern English went out on an American tour. I think it was their first U.S. tour. They came to Nebraska, played in Lincoln at the Drumstick. I was part of the Alternate Music Society, which was a local, an Omaha-based group of people like me who listened to music outside of the mainstream, and just wanted to find people to relate to. And next thing you know, we started a fanzine, and I elected to contact Modern English because if you haven't heard their first album is really, really edgy, really on the edge. A lot of sound work on there besides songs, and really punk, but really post-punk. Excellent album. And so, I mean, we were blown away by the album. And I say, hey, Modern English. So, I elected to interview them. Robbie Gray was extremely gracious. This was before they had started making the money, but he already knew. He already knew that he had the capacity to make music that could be very popular. He had no agenda regarding being alternative or cool. They were just literally being what they were, which is kids responding to the fashion and the music of the day, which is why they looked and sounded the way they did. He said that he was ready to take it wherever it took him. Consequently, he became a millionaire still makes money off of Melt With You, turned in those incredible performances with This Mortal Coil. And I got to hang with him. And the guitar player, Gary, with the blonde hair, I asked him about the hair. He says, man, you got to tell me about this hair now. How do you sleep at night and stuff? And he just laughed. He said it really wasn't that much, just a lot of hairspray, you know what I'm saying? He let me touch it, you know what I'm saying? It was wild. It was wild. I'm getting a call. I'm going to stop it right